We are back on WUSB Stony Brook 90.1 FM. My name's Trevor. The show is called Country Pocket. Our guest is called Laurel Lewis, and that is also what her album is called. The song you just heard is Imaginary Lover, which is by far the most interesting concept on the album. Uh, Tell me what it means to have an imaginary lover.
Well, in my experience of writing the song, I wrote that song when I was 17 and I was extremely lonely and I felt left out compared to other people in having a partner. And I was just like, why is this not happening to me? I mean, now that I look back on it, I was busy working on writing songs all the time. But in my mindset at the time, I was like, it would be cool to write a song in which the character has an imaginary lover, which would just be someone that you cling to for the night to satisfy your craving of wanting to be desired. And yeah, that's it. That's just having an imaginary love. That's at least my take on it.
Yeah, think uh think there are plenty of people who go out there and look for something temporary and exciting to replace something sustainable. Um,
Absolutely.
and there are advantages and disadvantages to each, but an imaginary lover certainly cares less about uh something a partner would say is unhealthy, please stop. An imaginary lover might also find exciting and interesting.
Yeah. You explained that perfectly.
Um, you do not present this lifestyle of having an imaginary lover as sustainable or healthy, though.
No,
No.
no, definitely not. I mean, I just imagine from this person's point of view, consistently going out and finding people to essentially numb the pain is going to get very tiring and overwhelming because not having a constant in your life, at least for me, I've found to be quite difficult. So yeah, I don't picture it or paint it as like, oh, this is a great thing. Keep it up. It's it's more of a sad song, even though it's not the most like, heartbreaking tears upon your face song. It's still very thought provoking, like, oh, this person is really struggling.
Yeah, on another song, Family Woman, you just getting to that topic of being
Mm.
alone and maybe missing out on things. Tell me, how do you feel knowing that you are not the family woman kind of person?
Um, I personally feel okay with that. And that's kind of what I wanted to write about. And a few child-free people in my life that I've really looked up to. And I've asked them before, do you ever want to, maybe consider a family route? Is that something that you're interested in? And they're like, nope, I'm good. I just I'm happy being me. I'm happy having my own time, and I anyone who wants to do that, absolutely excellent, go for it. But personally, it's not for me, and that's what I think about myself. But what I love about the song is, whatever my decision may end up being, or whoever who's listening, whatever their decision might end up being, it's okay. The beauty of it is there should be a choice. You know, whether you want to take that route or not. And that's what I was trying to convey with that song.
Yeah, what do you think of the phrase childless cat ladies?
Love it.
You're embracing it.
Yeah, I'm a dog person, but I love the phrase.
I'm a man, but I'm childless. I adore my cat. I adore any cat that comes close enough to me to be adored. And you know, um I appreciate the notion that it's a choice, but at the same time, I'm really not sure it's a choice.
Mm.
Like, I just don't think some people are wired that way. I don't think I'm wired that way. I think I am wired to dive into hobbies and projects and find my passion there. And I can't imagine the family interaction being able to replace for me the person who I am.
I love that you said that because I do agree that there are people that genuinely having children would it would almost diminish their light a little bit. Um, and they need, I mean, people who, just like you said, so you can focus on your passions and your hobbies, and not have to worry about educating and taking care of a child. That's there are people who shouldn't do that, and and I still go back and forth on whether I'm one of those people or not. That's why I kind of like to talk about that. I love that we should have a choice. um but I completely agree with you.
Uh, I like to end my interviews by asking the artist to pick a song. This can be by anyone as long as it's radio friendly and something you were not involved in creating. And tell me, after having our conversation today, having our conversation about, I guess, all these things, what song comes to mind?
Hmm. Well, considering that Rodney Crowell produced the album, I would be inclined to pick one of his songs. um I want to kind of go with I Don't Care Anymore. Is one of my absolute favorites of his. um I That was the first song I heard of his, that made me be like, who is this man? Because I had heard of Rodney before, of course, and but that song came up on my my I was listening to music on my phone and it was recommended for me, and I listened and I just couldn't believe it. And that was the song that made me want to sign up for his songwriting camp, and everything spiraled into us becoming friends and him producing my album. And so I would like to pick I Don't Care Anymore by Rodney Crowell. It's not a happy song, but it's another one of those thought-provoking, just absolutely great songs that I highly recommend any Americana fan or country music fan to listen to.
All right, Laurel Lewis, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.